Join me as I dive into the biggest mistakes I've made and how they actually turned me into a smarter person. When we think about mistakes, we often think about them as purely negative experiences. We get this idea in our heads that mistakes are something to be avoided at all costs, and that if we do make a mistake, it's a sign of failure or inadequacy. But what if I told you that mistakes can be one of the most powerful tools for growth and learning, that they can actually make us smarter, wiser, and more resilient? One of the biggest misconceptions about mistakes is that they're a result of laziness or a lack of effort. People often assume that if you're making mistakes, it means you're not trying hard enough. But the truth is, mistakes are often a result of trying something new, taking risks, and pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zones. And that's exactly where the learning happens. We've all been there. We've all made mistakes that have left us feeling embarrassed, ashamed, or defeated. But the key is to recognize that those feelings are just a natural part of the learning process. And instead of beating ourselves up over our mistakes, we can choose to learn from them and use them as an opportunity to grow and improve. Another common misconception about mistakes is that they're a sign of weakness. We often see people who never take risks, who never try new things, and who never make mistakes as strong and capable. But the truth is, those people are often just playing it safe, and they're not actually growing or learning. The strongest people are the ones who are willing to take risks, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. I've made my fair share of mistakes over the years, and each one of them has taught me something valuable. There was the time I invested in a business venture that failed miserably. The time I got into a public argument with someone online and ended up looking like a fool. The time I spent years pursuing a career that wasn't aligning with my passions. Each of those mistakes was painful at the time, but looking back, I can see that they were all necessary steps in my growth and development. One of the biggest mistakes I've ever made was quitting a job without having a backup plan. I was feeling stuck and unhappy in my job, and I just wanted out, so I quit, without thinking through the consequences. It was a scary and uncertain time, but it forced me to reevaluate my priorities and my values. It forced me to think about what I really wanted out of life and to take steps to make it happen. That mistake taught me the importance of being intentional and deliberate in my decisions. It taught me to think about the long-term consequences of my actions and to make choices that align with my goals and values. And it taught me the importance of having a support system and of being able to ask for help when I need it. Another mistake that had a huge impact on me was when I took on too much responsibility and ended up burning out. I was trying to do too many things at once, and I wasn't leaving any space for rest or relaxation. It was a hard lesson to learn, but it taught me the importance of prioritizing my own well-being. It taught me to say no to things that don't align with my values and to take breaks when I need them. That mistake taught me the importance of self-care and of taking care of my physical and mental health. It taught me to prioritize my relationships and to nurture the people who are important to me. And it taught me to be kind to myself and to treat myself with compassion and understanding. Looking back on all the mistakes I've made, I can see that they've all been a part of my journey. They've all contributed to my growth, my wisdom, and my resilience. And I wouldn't trade any of them for the world. So the next time you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up over it. Don't try to hide it or pretend it didn't happen. Instead, own it, learn from it, and use it as an opportunity to grow and improve. Remember, mistakes are not failures. They're simply stepping stones on the path to success. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's the biggest mistake you've ever made, and what did you learn from it? Don't forget to check out another video on personal development, and I'll see you in the next one.